Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. Hey friends, welcome back to the Positively You podcast. This episode is a little bit different in that it is not airing on the regular Tuesday, and it's just kind of going to be a quick little pop-up episode. I wanted to make sure that I got one out this week, and it was spring break with my family. I did not do a good job at planning ahead, and the night before we left to go, I was really stressing and wanting to get something out, and I thought, you know what? It's fine. It's totally okay to let something drop. Life, sometimes you just can't do everything perfectly, and I have a tendency to be a little bit of a procrastinator, or let's be honest, a bit of a procrastinator, and it just didn't get done in time. That doesn't mean that it can't get done. So here is Friday. Here is a pop-up episode of the Positively You podcast, and something that I might do here and there, just have these little quick ones pop up here and there when I get a little dose of inspiration or just a quick thought that maybe doesn't warrant like a full episode, but I still want to get on and share something with you. So that's what this one is today. So if there's something maybe that you're not doing perfectly, or something that has fallen, or you procrastinated too much and now you're feeling like, oh shoot, guess what? It's okay. It's life. It happens to all of us. Right here is proof that it happens to me more often than I would like to admit. And it's okay. It's totally fine. But procrastination actually isn't the topic that I wanted to pop in and talk about today. I wanted to come on and just kind of share with you some of the tricks that I do when I'm coping with anxiety. And I felt anxiety a lot over the past 2 and 3 years with just life and everything that comes with being an adult and all of the things, right? I mean, that's the cool thing, or the crappy thing, I guess, about anxiety, is that it really doesn't matter what's going on. It can just pop up and you're like, what the heck? I don't want to feel this. So I actually woke up today and my stomach was I had that pit again, and I just rolled over and I was like, no, I don't want to feel this today. I don't. Why? And I knew what I needed to do. And the number one thing that I do that I've learned that helps me when I am in that anxiety place and when my thoughts are just spiraling and I've got that pit in my stomach and I just feel dread and doom and just worry take over, is that I need to get out of my head and I have to channel that energy somewhere. So rather than staying in my head and spiraling, I choose to get into my body, out of my head and into my body. And that is where my practice of stretching or doing yoga outside came into play about 2 years ago. I found myself really deep in the depths of anxiety and like full out panic attack all the time. And I needed something to channel that energy. And I was lifting weights at the time and I was training super duper hard. But I needed something like first thing in the morning to just kind of start that off. And that's where I had, I was doing the whole bed making thing and starting my day off, but I needed a little bit more. I needed something else to kind of kick it. And so that's when I started heading outside, breathing in the fresh air, feeling the sun on my face, feeling the breeze, listening to the sounds, like the birds and just the wind going through the trees. And it is amazing what just that simple act of heading outside did for me. Hey, I'm going to jump in real fast and interrupt this episode. We'll get right back to it. But first, I want to tell you about one other thing I do to make sure that I'm living my best life ever, and that's making sure I get in my greens. And the easiest way that I do that is by using Juice Organics. It makes it super simple to get over 40 fruits and vegetables with like no thought at all. It's like juicing with zero mess. I don't even have to think about it. It's just a scoop, shake it up, and I'm good to go. You can try Juice Organics for yourself. It's sold at a Costco near you, or you can head to juiceorganics.com, use the code POSITIVEU, that's the word positive and the letter U, to get 50% off. Once I was outside, I'd always heard of the benefits of meditation or yoga, and seeing so many people on either Instagram or YouTube having this like amazing yoga practice. And that can feel really daunting, where it's like, I've never done it before. Who should I follow? Do I need to follow a YouTube video? And I started posting like time lapses of me being out there, and I'd get comments saying, what are you following? Or how are you doing that? And I honestly was like, I'm just moving. Some days I did follow like a YouTube flow or something, but other days I just stretched and moved and didn't think too much about it, because I didn't want to stress myself out with doing it, quote unquote, the right way. I just needed to be outside. I needed to be out of my head. I needed to change like my scenery, the environment that I was in, and just move. And so that's what I did. I got rid of the rules. I'm sure there's yogis or like really dedicated people that would look at me and be like, that is not yoga. It does not matter. It helped me, and that is literally the only thing that matters. And so if you need to just throw out the rules and just do something that makes you feel better, that's awesome. Do that. And so that's what I did. I just went out there. I grabbed my yoga mat, and I just, I did a little flow. It's probably not even a flow according to the people who really do real yoga, but I just moved and I just stretched. And sometimes I would put my headphones in and listen to some like relaxing kind of music and just some soft stuff. And other times I would listen to just the world around me. And it wasn't about quieting my mind and trying to like be, zen or whatever. It literally was just, I've got to channel this energy. This is what we're doing. And I don't want to do it in an intense, like weightlifting way where I've got like going, super crazy intense. It just needed to be something simple. It was 5 minutes. It was 10 minutes where I just walked outside, moved, breathed for a minute, and was able to just kind of reset myself a little bit and get away from that panic and that anxiety. And it was still there. And it's still there. It doesn't fix it. It doesn't solve it all the way. It's not like it's like, and I'm cured, I'm happy again. That would be amazing if it worked like that. But it was just about me being grounded and being intentional and figuring out that I had some sort of control. I had a choice. I could sit there in my room and just pull the covers up over my head and just spiral and think of every possible awful outcome that could happen with, whatever it was that was worrying me, and head down in one of those anxiety spirals. And I for sure have done that. But I know that when I got out of bed and when I headed outside and I just started moving, that things got 1% better or 2% better. And it was just enough of a shift that it helped me combat that anxiety, at least in that moment. And so that's just something that I wanted to share with you today, that if anxiety is something that you battle with, or if you're just having a bad day, if you're just like, I am in a funk and I need a reset or whatever, get out of your head and get into your body and just move. Literally for 5 minutes. Don't think about the rules. Don't think about anything you have to Google or watch or research. That just adds more pressure, and that's just going to send you more into a spiral. So anyway, that's my advice for today. Like I said, today's episode, super quick, super to the point. If it's helpful, awesome, take it. If it's like, whatever, sorry, maybe next week will be a little bit better for you. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here every single week. Your messages and your listens and your shares mean the absolute world to me. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.